Okay, so I've got a couple people on the webinar with me and it looks like it's all working. I'm kind of digging this. All right, so today I'm going to move this tab over here in my browser. I have this like whole setup, right? I have this whole setup. So I have my laptop over here on the right and then a big wide screen with two screens on it so I can see everything because I have my outline all done and I want to make sure I don't forget to tell you all everything. So who am I? Welcome everybody. Who am I? Why am I here? I'm Angela Langlotz. I'm a business and trademark attorney, and I have been an attorney for 18 years, and I can scarcely believe that. Anyway, so my clients range from brick and mortar companies, and now I help out a ton of online entrepreneurs with all of their intellectual property and business stuff. My specialty is trademarks and copyrights, and online folks have a lot of issues with those sorts of things. And so I decided that since I saw them making the same mistakes over and over and over again, that I would start giving out free information. Woohoo! It's free, right? And also some paid tools, programs for people to learn more about intellectual property. That's patents and trademarks. Oh, hey, Carolina! I'm so happy people are here. So cool because I can comment to everybody and say hi to them. And I guess it's kind of funny. I'm typing in the response, but Carolina can see me here, so I can actually say hi to Carolina. I'm like apparently unclear on the whole webinar concept. Anyway, so I created a website. It's called TrademarkDoctor.net. You can go look. There's a ton of free information there. You can schedule a consultation with me, a whole bunch of stuff that you can do there. But I created it because I saw people asking the same questions over and over again and making the same mistakes over and over again. So my goal is to demystify intellectual property law and business law for online entrepreneurs. So if that's why you're here, because you want to hear more about those things, then thumbs up. I'm super happy you're here. So let's talk about, let's talk about branding, okay? So your brand is really, really important. Your brand is, also called your trademark, is a source identifier. What does that mean? It means that when people see your brand, right, they know that whatever goods that brand is on, it's yours, right? So if I see, I'm looking for something branded on my desktop here. Okay, let's use this. I brought some props. I hope y'all like it. So this is Bliss. It's backwards. I don't know how to make it not be backwards. Actually, I do know how to make it not be backwards. Here, let me go make it not backwards so that you all can actually read what I'm doing here. There's this really cool tool that I use. It's called eyeglasses. And on eyeglasses, I can actually flip this so it's a mirror. So you're actually seeing, like, this is the right side of my face. You're seeing the left side of my face. Let me move this around too, because now it's in my way. So you can actually see that this says Bliss Sugar Scrub on it because I'm now mirror image. So this could be kind of funky for me. I don't know. But anyway, so this is how you all see me in real life, right? With my Bliss Sugar Scrub. Okay, so Bliss, anytime we see a beauty product with Bliss in it, we know that that is from Bliss Spa in New York City, owned by Marsha Kilgore. Anyway, doesn't matter who owns it. We just know. And part of their branding too is this blue label. So, you know, all their labels are blue with white and big sans serif font lettering, right? So that's part of their brand too. But right now I'm just focused on this little word right here, Bliss. So anytime I see Bliss, I know that the source of this is Bliss Spa. And the reason why we don't want two companies using the same mark for the same goods or similar goods is because it confuses the consumer. The consumer doesn't know, oh, well, is this from the New York Bliss or is this from another Bliss that I don't know about, right? So because consumers want predictability in their buying habits, right? So I want to know, so if I know that I like Bliss products, right? They're cool. They don't make me break out. They don't make me have a rash. They smell good. and you pay a little bit more for them, but I like them, so I buy them. So if I know that those qualities are associated with this brand, then I know as a consumer what I'm getting, right? So this is why we have like luxury brands and low-end brands. It's why we have Walmart and why we have Neiman Marcus, right? Because we know that at Neiman Marcus, things are going to be at a certain price point, and at Walmart, they're going to be at another price point. And the stuff that we get at Neiman Marcus is probably going to be better quality than the stuff that we get at Walmart. So there's a whole bunch of qualities that are associated with your brand, right? Like Ignacio has this really cool jewelry company. It's called Happy Buddha Guru, and he makes these really cool beads and bracelets that have like a Happy Buddha Guru, Happy Buddha face that he sculpted. And they're just super cool. And I've really loved watching the evolution of his whole brand in the last 4 years. He's gone to like concept to making and selling really cool jewelry that people really like. So it's really fun to watch that happen. Okay, so let's talk more about brands. So brand names, the best brand names are catchy and they suggest something about the product that they're on or about the company that makes them, right? So let's go back to I have to take a little drink here. From my big ass mug, it says, behold, I make all things new. Let me see. Oh, here we go. I'm reverse imaged here, so bear with me. Anyway, yeah, it's my big ass mug. All right, so let's talk about some examples of things that are suggestive, right? So the best brand names are catchy and they suggest certain qualities about the product or service that they're on, right? So let's take this Bliss example for a second. So Bliss suggests, now it's for spa and beauty, right? So it suggests relaxation and ease, right? Bliss. Maybe happiness and bliss are synonyms, right? So when you use this product, the name seems to suggest that when you use this product, you will feel bliss. You will experience bliss. It's a wonderful brand for spa treatments and beauty treatments, and the owner of this company probably thought a lot about what she wanted to convey with her products, both not just with the word bliss, being suggestive of relaxation and ease, but also look at the color, right? Look at the color of the, whoops, sorry. Like I said, I'm mirrored, so now I'm weird. Look at the color of the packaging. It's blue, right? So blue is very calming. It's very nice. It's very soft. Right, this baby blue, not a navy blue. Navy blue is a little masculine. So the packaging is like not overtly feminine, but it tends to be, it's softer, right? So it's very spa-like. I like it. I think they did a good job with their branding. They probably hired a big firm and paid them millions of dollars to do this. And if so, it was an investment well spent. So all of their products have this look with kind of the simple label, and then the blue and the white labels. So that's kind of cool. Let's talk about something else. So this is kind of retro. This is Brillo pads. If you're like me and you grew up with parents that grew up during the 50s and 60s, this is probably, it kind of looks retro, doesn't it? In fact, the box says that this is the 100 years keepsake box. If I had known that, maybe I would have taken a little bit better care of the box. I don't know. But anyway, let me try to scoot over a little bit here. I'm running off the edge of my webinar. Anyway, yeah, so this is Brillo. And these are scouring pads. If you don't know what Brillo pads are, it's like a little steel wool pad with soap kind of impregnated in it. And this is a pretty old brand in the US. It came out in 1913. And I guess this is their heritage packaging, right? I don't know what the packaging looks like now, but let's talk about what the word Brillo suggests, right? So if you're a Spanish speaker, okay, let's talk about brilliant, right? So the word brilliant in English means shining, right? So, and in Italian, we would say, brillare is to shine, right? So when we say Brillo, we're maybe thinking about making things shine and scrubbing them. The BR is also a little bit abrasive sounding, like brr, you know, like maybe it sounds like scrubbing, but I mean the whole sound here, excuse me, the whole sound sounds like something maybe shiny, right? And it's got this kind of high energy blue and yellow and red packaging. It looks a little energetic and fun even, you know, maybe they're trying to make the cleaning fun. I don't know, but that doesn't hurt. So maybe it suggests though, because brilliant, you know, Brillo, maybe it's suggestive of if you use this product, your pots and pans or whatever it is that you're scrubbing with this little product, this little soap impregnated stainless steel pad will be shiny. So it suggests shininess, cleanness, you know, things that shine, and shiny things are clean, right? Dull things are dirty, shiny things are clean. So if we can connote with our imagination, you know, things that are brilliant and shiny and clean, that's a good thing if what you're selling is cleaning products, right? What are some other examples? Jaguar for automobiles. That is a wonderful example. So think about the qualities that you want in a sports car. You probably want it to be sleek. You probably want it to be fast. You want the motor to purr, right? You want it to be a little bit luxurious, right? So all of that, all of those feelings, all of those connotations are expressed perfectly in the word jaguar. Because think about what's a jaguar. It's a big cat, right? Kind of a sexy cat. So jaguars are sleek and they are fast. You know, they run really fast to catch their prey. They purr, right? Maybe you want your sports car to purr. What did I say? Sleek, sexy, and fast. Okay, so and you want your sports car to be sleek, sexy, and fast. So that is a wonderful brand name to apply to something like a sports car, right? What else? Apple. Apple for computers, okay? It suggests, to me anyway, a simplicity, a wholesomeness, an all-Americanness, if there is such a thing, right? You know, like a familiarity and a comfort, right? So people who use Apple computers, one of the things that they like about them is they like the interface, right? So it seems simpler to use, even though I'm sure people would argue with that. So I like Apple as a brand name for computers because it suggests a lot of wholesomeness and simplicity and how do I say an approachability, right? So it's not like this computer that's off-putting and I don't know if I can use it or not. It suggests, oh, it's just an apple. An apple is so sweet and American and innocent and wholesome and you know, if you're not watching from America, it's one of our things here, right? So we say it's American as mom and apple pie. Okay, so apple pie is like a big thing here. So we have a connotation between apples and wholesomeness, Eve notwithstanding. Anyway, so I like Apple as a brand. What do you guys think? Can you think of any other brands that that you especially like? And interact with me a little bit here. I want to hear what are your favorite brands and why do you like them and why do you think that brand name makes a good brand? What do you guys think? Right now I'm going to use my Trader Joe's brand hand lotion while I wait for some people to comment. If you're liking this and you want me to continue, tell me you want me to continue. Oh, Amazon. Oh gosh, you know what? Ignacio, that is an amazing brand. And I really like that brand because it has this connotation that, yeah, you can just get everything here, right? It's huge, like the Amazon, right? Let's just hope it's not like filled with piranhas. Actually, is Jeff Bezos a piranha? I don't know. But anyway, so Amazon, yeah, that's a great brand. It has all kinds of connotations. And isn't it funny how he went from selling books to like selling everything, right? Carolina, what about you? What are your favorite brands? What do you like? Oh, she likes Dior. Well, Dior is actually named after Christian Dior, but it has a really nice mouth sound, doesn't it? It sounds very luxurious, I think. Right? So it has this, oh, Turtle Wax. Oh, Bob, you know what? That is an amazing brand name. So let's talk about Turtle Wax for a second. So when I think about Turtle Wax, I think that turtles have a shell, right? So it's like hard, right? So if I want to put something on my car to protect it from the elements, yeah, I want it to have a protective shell, right? I want to protect my car. Turtle Wax. I mean, yeah, that is a really good brand. Thank you so much for bringing that one up. I haven't actually heard about that one in a while. I don't really wax my own car anymore, so. But anyway, any others that you want to talk about that are really good? What are some of the ones that I like? I mean, I really actually really like this Brillo. I think this is a brilliant, no pun intended, brand for scrubbing pads. Yeah, really good. What else? What else is a good brand? Um, Trying to think. Oh, you know what? I think Tesla is a really good brand. I like Tesla because it has, obviously it's got the connection with electricity, Nikolai Tesla and all of his electric experiments. So I like that. Um, Relying on animal attributes. I don't wax mine either. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that doesn't wax their car with turtle wax. But anyway, what was I saying about Tesla? Oh, so Tesla is like, you know, experimental, cutting edge, high tech, electric. I think it's a really good brand. And I like the T, the way they did the logo with the T, kind of curved on the T, like kind of like the Tesla. What do you call those things? So guys, what do you call those things? The two vertical pieces that Tesla is like, isn't it called like a Jacob's ladder or something like that? You know, where the electricity goes up and it makes that big zap and it sounds really intimidating. Anyway, yeah, it looks like one of those things. I don't remember what it's called, but anyway. All right, so yeah, so we've talked about some brand names that are really, really evocative and good, because they do evoke certain feelings and ideas with the brand that the Tesla coil. Thank you. Thank you, Ignacio. I'm feeling just a little bit silly that I didn't remember that. Anyway, so we've talked about how a good brand name actually tells you about what the product or the source of the product is about. It's really, really good. Okay, what do I think of BP? So someone's asked me a question. What do you think of BP, British Petroleum, versus Mobil, Exxon, and the use of the alphabet and monograms, KFC? Yeah, I mean, shortening stuff can definitely become part of your brand name. Like we used to be Kentucky Fried Chicken and everybody called it KFC. So why not just start calling yourself KFC? And it's a lot shorter to make the sign than it is to say Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? And then, British Petroleum, they ended up shortening, even though they're called BP, their logo is just BP, right? And which makes sense because that's what everybody called it probably. And then Mobil, I don't know. British Petroleum versus Mobil and Exxon. I mean, I think they're famous brands, but and they're also very good brands because they are, at least Exxon is arbitrary, right? It's fanciful. So it's arbitrary or fanciful. Mobil is not really fanciful. It's suggestive, I guess, suggestive of going forward, right? Being mobile with our gas. Just like Bliss is suggestive, okay? But fanciful brands actually like Google, right? Google is a totally fanciful word, and they actually make really good brands because they're so original, right? So if you go for a suggestive brand that's actually a real English word, it's a little bit sometimes harder to find a good brand name than a fanciful name that you just made up. Like if she had called this Blissolio or something, or Blisserator. I don't know. That's not. What my point is. It's a made up word, so it's very unlikely that anyone else is going to have something similar if it's a made up word. So if it's fanciful, those make really good brands. So let's talk about how to brainstorm, right? So you've come up with a new product. You're a creator, right? We have at least two creators here, right? We have Carolina. She creates and markets her own products, and so do you, Ignacio. So when you're talking about coming up with a new brand name, either for your company or for a new product, here's how I like to brainstorm that. So you want to write down all of the qualities that you want associated with your brand, right? Is your brand fast or sexy, or your product, right? Is it fast? Is it sexy? Is it clean? Is it sophisticated? Is it cheerful? Is it quiet? Is it peaceful? What is it? What kinds of feelings do you want, what kind of qualities do you want associated with your product or service or your brand, right? Think about all of those. Write those down, right? This also, you know what? It's also good to have wine when you do this, right? Wine makes everything, exactly, Bob, cars make you mobile. Wine makes everything better, right? So then write down all the feelings that you want associated with your brand, right? So maybe like with this brand, comfort, right? Bliss, right? Bliss, relaxation, right? So do you want your ideal customer, your consumer, your client to feel, what do you want them to feel when they use your product? Do you want them to feel trust? There you go. Carolina says hers is, okay, Ignacio's is red, right? So Carolina says hers is high-end, confidence, legacy, impression, trust. Those are, some of those are qualities and some of those are feelings. So Carolina wants people to feel like they can trust her, right? So she's not going for the dangerous stuff. She's going for comfort, for familiarity, probably like a more quiet, classy kind of look instead of, so if I were to contrast these two, right? So this is kind of a high energy look, and this is more of a calm look, right? And just think about even the names, right? Like, what do you feel when you think about the word Brillo? What are your feelings about that? And then what are your feelings about excuse me, what are your feelings about bliss, and how are those feelings different, right? And how are those feelings about the product different, right? What are your expectations as a consumer? If the word bliss were on Brillo pads, would you be likely to use them? If the word Brillo, oh my gosh, if the word Brillo were on a spa treatment, or what do you call this? A scrub, right? Oh, if the word Brillo were on this scrub, I would expect it to be very irritating, right? So you can see how my expectations as a consumer are completely shaped by what it's called, right? I want the Brillo, it's going to be abrasive. I don't want to use Brillo on my face. Probably not any other part of my body either, because it sounds like it's going to be abrasive. Do you see where I'm going with this? Anyway, pardon me. All right. So when I think of Brillo on a facial scrub, I think irritation. All right. So those are the feelings that I would associate with that brand. Yeah. Cleanse sounds better to me too, Bob. So Bob's clients are law firms. His company is RGB Solutions. I get red, green, blue. Yeah. Lawyers rarely do. It gives them a topic with me when we first meet if they are curious. Yeah. Red, green, blue solutions. I don't know exactly what you do, Bob, but red, green, blue sounds to me like maybe you're printing things. Animation. Okay. So that's cool. So yeah, it sounds like it's creative, right? If they get red, green, blue. Maybe they won't. I don't know. Or now it's, what is it? Cyan, magenta, and yellow. So anyway, so you write down also, so write down first all the qualities, right? I'm getting a little bit off track here because I'm so enjoying the interaction with all of you. So you write down all the qualities that you want associated with your brand, fast, clean, sexy. Then write down all the feelings that you want associated with your brand: comfort, trust, compassion, loyalty, security, solidity, danger, whatever those are, whatever it is that you want your user to feel, right? And then write down all the qualities of your customer or client, your ideal customer or client. Who are you trying to attract? Are they savvy? Are they clean? Are they quiet? Are they classy? Are they adventurous? What are they? What's their avatar? We talk about an avatar sometimes in marketing, like who is he or she? Maybe for Carolina, your client is classy and but also wants to be comfortable. Bob, maybe your clients are, maybe if you work with a lot of lawyers, you want to inspire a certain amount of confidence and trust and loyalty. Ignacio, your clients are probably a little bit like fun and adventurous and funky, maybe a little spiritual. They want to have the Buddha on their wrist, and they're probably striving for something better. Happy Buddha guru. They like. They like the whole idea of wearing something that communicates their values, like the Buddha values, being peaceful, right? So write down those qualities that your ideal customer or client has, right? Now that you have that list, okay, you've written down 3 things. You've written down qualities that you want associated with your brand, the feelings that you want people to feel when they use your brand or see your brand, and then all the qualities that your ideal customer or client has, right? Now you have this list. It's going to be probably pretty long, like probably a page full of qualities that you want to think about. And now that you have that list, you have a list of probably adjectives, right? Or, maybe some nouns. Are there words or combinations of words? You're going to have to, this is the part that takes longer. Are there words or combinations of words that you can put together to maybe make up a new fanciful word that will bring to mind the qualities that you just mentioned, like Brillo? This is not a real word, right? This is a made up word, but it's based on brilliant. What does brilliant mean in English? We use it differently now, but it really literally means shining, right? It shines, right? And Brillo is such a good brand because it's a fanciful name, which means it's going to be less likely that somebody else is using that or something really similar. And it's very distinctive, right? Brillo. It's made up. It sounds like it should be scrubbing something. So the made up or fanciful words are the best trademarks because you're less likely to have a conflict with other people's brand names or trademarks when you use something fanciful. Now, bliss, we call a mark like bliss, it's an actual English word, but we would call this a suggestive mark, right? So a suggestive mark is a mark that suggests certain qualities, right? So the word bliss suggests certain qualities like relaxation and ease and comfort, right? So that's how I would go about brainstorming a new brand name. Now, I'm offering a masterclass on Thursday. Okay. And it's going to be at Thursday, February 15th. If you're not too hungover from Valentine's Day, I want you to come join me. It's at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. London time. And we are going to take a deep dive into trademarks and copyrights. And you're going to find out how to protect your stuff, okay? How to come up with good names in the first place, the kinds of things that you need to do before you adopt a brand name, right? So you'll learn, again, what sorts of names don't make good marks so that you can avoid wasting money trying to register those, because I see a lot of people tripping over that again and again and again. And then I'm going to drop this link into the webinar so that you all can go have a look at the sales page, right? And you can decide whether you want to join me or not. It's $47. And if you know attorneys, you know that they're just really expensive. So my billing rate is, it's $500 an hour. So for $47, you get to spend 2 hours talking with me and asking me questions. It'll be a masterclass, so it'll be given in webinar format. I will have, you'll have the opportunity to ask me questions about, some of your issues, right? And I'm also going to teach you how to do a search so that you know how to search your brand so that you're not going to be stepping on somebody else's toes, okay? So I'm going to record it. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Central time. I've given you a link to the sales page so that you can go check it out. Does anyone have any other questions for me? And I'm also going to drop a link to tomorrow's webinar in the comments here, so you can go register for tomorrow's too, because tomorrow I'm going to talk about how to stop people from stealing your online creations, right? Because that's a huge problem. So any other questions for me, everyone? What do you think? Questions or feedback? Ignacio says, honestly, my brand was created when I found out happybuddha.com was taken. That's okay. Oh, you're welcome, Bob. I really hope you enjoyed it. And glad you came to join me. So anything else? Carolina, did you have any questions? I'll wait for a minute. If you're typing, maybe. Oh, you came to support me morally. That is so sweet. I'm so glad you did that. That's really nice. I do feel supported, and thank you so much. So it was great to have you all on the webinar, and join me for the masterclass on Thursday, and we'll take a deep dive into this, okay? Yay, Carolina. Yeah, she's a good girl. Thanks. So thanks everybody for being here, and I will see you on tomorrow's webinar where we're going to talk about how to stop people from stealing your stuff online. And then so I'll see you at the same time, same place. All right. Bye everybody.